Okay. Good morning, all. Actually, I'm odd one of out here because you people are came from various institutions, faculty. So you people more practice on DIS, but I am not like that. I am coming from industry, Himalaya Drug Company. 2 days before I was in Mysore, I have delivered some seminar on the International Conference Society of Ethnopharmacology on 9th Congress. So here also another thing I would like to highlight the research, why to do, what to do, how to do, all those things in industrial perspective only. So I would like to highlight some about why we are doing that research. Before going into the topic, nothing in my seminar, there is no topic for my seminar. I took that good academic research practice as the topic. So why we are doing the research? To grow the business should grow in two angle. One is vertical as well as horizontal. So the vertical angle might be you have to develop the product in such a way that state to state and the country to country you have to expand, and the business growth as well as go to vertically. So in such a case, for each and every scenario, every movement, you need the research. If it is the product related oriented, suppose I am developing one product, so already it is in the market, I need to go for the pipeline, suppose if it is tablet means I need to go for the capsules or other things, I need some innovation on that. Suppose if it is process oriented, suppose any organization, we need to do some research on the process. When we are doing the research on the process, then only the quality of the resource will get improved. Unless otherwise it will be like a stagnant water. The stagnant water always will grow the microorganism, means it will get contaminated. So each and every research should get analyzed. What is for, means this research whether it is worthful for the market, or whether this research or innovation product will give good impact on revenue generation or not, and then feasibility of our company or not. For the example research, suppose the institution of related to mathematics, suppose if you are doing in the physics, there is obviously not possible in their own institution. So you have to see your own facility, how to do how to do your research. Suppose if not, means where we will get, suppose the tie up with another institution, or where we can get some subordinates or some other relatives, some other friends, those who are doing the research on the particular medium, so we can go and interact, or we can get that relationship with that, and then we can do the research. Means hypothetically, before start the research, you have to have a good knowledge. He or she has to have some patience, he has to have some idea on that their own mind, then we need to start. So getting impressed by other research, getting impressed by other various papers, it's not an ideal things to initiate that work. Yes, you can get inspired, but the thing is knowledge is required on particular field. If you are not having, means you have to improve yourself to learn that thing before initiation. So here I would like to emphasize, when I was doing PhD, that time I had a chance to meet former President Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam sir. So I have interacted him for 10 minutes. So I have explained my project. At the end, he asked me one question: what is use for your project for the public? I was totally blind on that time. Really, I don't know that time. Till now also I am thinking the same point, why I have done the research that. But actually after that I discussed with my guide. So he has explained input to way in such a way manner that why our research, how it will help to our public, all those things he has explained. So after that we have published our research in the Science Direct journal. So it was selected one of the top 25 article during 2012 it was. So now before commencing your research, you have to have a plan. Either this is related to institution, means it's two way of research we can do. One is execution program, another one is individual program. So individual, like PhD students, they can discuss with their guide and they can initiate their work. Obviously some UG students or PG students, they cannot do their own. They will discuss with the supervisor, guide, and they will initiate. Based on that supervisor inputs only, they will start. So here the faculty or guide, they can have some plans. Suppose 3 years plan or 5 years plan. So like that they can bifurcate their project work idea concept into small term project or long term project, like that. So you can to select such kind of students to develop such kind of your concept to idea to research, so that from that you can get the grant. You can apply various scientific council body and you can get the grant. So when I was done the PhD, that time I am the first member. That time ICMR was under DSG, Department of Science and Technology. That time only they come out from that DST and they started with their own division, their own board. That time we have applied that for the grant. So individual senior research fellowship award I have received for my PhD. So the plan for your academic research must be first to start with literature survey. You have to have a keen research on your idea what you are going to do the first or next couple of years. Then you can do the review. I am requesting all the guides, insist your students to publish the paper before start the work. So review article, it's not a research article, it's a review article. It's a mini review or entire review. So when you are publishing the review article, you can get more idea, because we might be thinking one angle. When we are getting the feedback from the review team, peer review team, they will give enormously with some other direction. So we can put it into the aim and objective for our research also. Then we can go for that research work to commence. The next step is material procurement. So you have to make a list of materials what are all required. Simply start the work without organization is not at all good. After material procurement, you have to start the bench work. The good academic research practice having two components. One is supervisor, another one is researcher. Here usually the listening capacity with the various component, these two components is always having some trouble. Usually it will happen. As Pam told, the controversy is required. We have to ask the question, but how we are perceiving into our mind, that is very, very important. If the student is asking some question, means we should not think how dare he is asking the question to me. That ego, nepotism will start in our mind. Once ego starts, means you cannot get the research. That quality, good, means that word good practice, the quality, represent is quality, that quality will goes of the research. So when you are discussing with your student or your supervisor, you have to have some ethics and codex, where we have to cut over the point, where you have to give the more linearity, as well as where we are giving the linearity, we have to make ourselves the limitations. We should not go some out of boundary. So now actually 2 or 3 slides missed here. Why? Because I have done some innovation on my presentation, so it couldn't come out in our system. That's the reason I am telling in verbally. So we have to interact with globally. So nowadays various social media is available. When we are done the PhD, that time there is no. I have to come to Madras University for taking the reference. That time it was speak over here. So we came several times to speak. Then Tamil Nadu MGR Medical University Gindi to make the cross reference to get the paper. We struggled a lot. Nowadays it's not like that. Ma'am told that science title, if you put the author name or research title, you can get more n number of data over here. So the next point is archival. Whenever the supervisor or somebody asking some literature support or any idea, sir, somewhere I couldn't get that. So archival is very very important. The name of the file should be on representing. You yourself make to some codex for that. I would say my subordinate team members always, you needless being because we are in the innovation team Himalaya drug company. Our job is to do the research for various Ayurvedic medicines to develop into the formulation aspect in the modern sector. So whenever we are doing the research, when we are initiating, different kind of peoples will in the team members. They will approach. They want to show their caliber to us. Obviously, it will happen for everyone to show our caliber to our hierarchy. So they will come up with directly. They will show the enthusiasm over the bench work. So that time I would say, needless to be on always in the lab. It's not at all required. After the office hour, you have to go and it's your personal work. You have to concentrate on your family also. As similar, it's not needless to be always in the lab. You have to have some backup for your research. Means you have to acquire knowledge more on your topic or related to concept. Most important, 60% of your work will complete. Next one is publish the failures. As ma'am told, instead of we are hesitating, we are open to agree our failures or I have done some mistake over the during the research. And moreover, it's a psychological things. We have invested so much of years together and we got failure. Now if I publishing the paper with negative results, it will impact on my career. This always is happening everyone. So you have, but it's not right thing. Why? Because you have to publish yourself the negative the results, in the sense of instead of that you can give the conclusion that you can discuss in the entire thing, materials and method, reals and discussion, everything, and at the end you can give the conclusion as this research can be, or this topic or this idea can be improved or to be improved further. Like that you can publish. Instead of saying failure, further to be improved, further research is required or continuous research to be done. Like that you can publish. And then respond. Whenever your supervisor or the students asking something or seeking some information from your end, means you have to respond immediately. Means you many times I have seen many people, the lecturer or the supervisor, they made the student wait for 1 hour or 2 hour. You can give you yourself having some what is that, program on your schedule, not in your hand, means how you will educate. They are your children, they are your student. You have to nurture on your thoughts. So you have to be very patient on that angle, as well as students levels also. Students have patient for their research also. Why? Because we should not get that result immediately. It will take some time, unless until we have to have a patience on our mind. So in this case, just to respond, come after 1 hour, or I cannot give, I am very busy on this work. So suppose whenever the thesis writing or whenever thesis correction, it will happen, because students always students, we cannot take the students words as such. especially on the inter-department ego. Why, how it is starts means he will, whenever doing research work, it is not alone, we cannot do. It is a teamwork. With intra-department, we have to do all the works. We can seek from analytical department, procurement department, and microbiology department. But the core department is our formulation development means. So whenever we are going, he will say something, means some other supervisor, some other guide, but the same word he will put add masala on that and he will give it to us. Immediately our ego will touch and we will start our hatred with that some faculty on that. So to avoid such things, we are working for the one concept, research. We have to concentrate on our research only, not by the people. If you want to control the people, don't control the people. You have to control the system. That's what I would like to conclude here. If you want to control the system, if you want to control the people, you have to control the system. Thank you.